I had a little bird, and its name was Enzer. I opened the window, and influenza. Vi Netherby, from my class, died from influenza on Friday. It was shocking. She started to ache all over and had to be taken to see matron. I had to run and tell her ma to come and collect her, but she was down in Ashton Gate. Luckily, there was a number 11 tram going from Merrywoods, near school, and Miss Sopers gave me tuppence for the fare. By the time we got back, Vi was coughing so bad and heaving rotten, turning purple. Her ma couldn't get her up to take her home, so we all went home. We were all sent home. And that was that. Vi died that night in the sick bay. Still receiving letters from Pa. He's sick to death of the flies. Says there are millions and millions and millions of flies. There, he says, is a thick cloud of black buzzing, feeding off sores and this and that. What's this and that? I asked next time he wrote. Well, my Meg, since you're never one to skirt away from the facts as they are, I'll tell you. It's the latrines. It's like a gaping into hell where men are parted from their guts as well as their souls. They live off mostly marmalade and mules. Can you believe it? Mules. The flies are mad for the marmalade, so they've been issued with head nets and they have to eat their food inside the nets. He's that sick of the food. He says, by the end of the day, the men are sitting there with their tongues hanging out, what with the thirst and water being in short supply. Richie reckons it's the dead bodies the flies are feeding off, but I told him there's no fighting where he is at the moment. Just protecting the oil and what have you. He says he's befriended a friendly Russian man of about 50. He's lost every single thing in the world apart from the few articles of clothing he is wearing. All his money is gone and he's receiving no money from the government, for there is no government. He's had no news of his relatives since the revolution swallowed them up, and he says he knows no way of earning a living. And yet, he is cheerful in a rather plaintive way. No news of Uncle Cecil. But Pa says if he is a POW, then he's probably thousands of miles across the desert in Turkey. Pa said once new supplies and men arrived, he volunteered to help move Allied POWs near him to safety. Many of the prisoners are part of our regiment, but majority are Indian. They're unrecognisable, Meg. I'm sorry to say, just rag and bones and out of their minds, curling up to die like abandoned starving dogs. There is no rhyme or reason. At least, I guess those last few words since they've been crossed out. I'm feeling a bit tired, so think I'll lie down for a bit.